Hello viewers, welcome to the GT3 Championship, GT4 taking place at the wonderful Bathurst. Well, it's really culminated in quite an ending. The last few races, the championship's been more or less signed, sealed, delivered quite early on. This one, however, is all to play for. Let's have a quick look at the table and I'll explain what the situation is. There's a couple of permutations, but actually I'm on the wrong place. There's a couple of permutations, and from this perspective, the green is the worst score that the drivers have got taken out. They've got to throw one score, one race. So obviously if they didn't finish or didn't race, that's a 0. So that's obviously the worst score, nil point. Obviously the ones who finished really well, the worst score will be taken away. As you can see there, John Saunders finished 26th in week 4, and consequently that's cost him 14 points. Chris Bourne, who's done really well, the hit on him's a lot harder, so he's going to lose 29 points. So before this race starts, this is the current state of play. For the moment, Wood is in the favoured position of 10 points in front of John Saunders. John Saunders is only 5 points in front of Chris Bourne. Now there is really only them three vying for this. Worst case scenario though, all three of them crash out, they disconnect, it could be Derek's. As Neil's not racing, it could be Derek's. Worst case scenario, okay? However, if Chris or John, if John finishes first, Jonathan has got to finish 4th or less. It gets a little bit more complicated if somebody from outside the top 4 wins, because the point degradation's a little bit different. So I would have to wait until the end of the race and try and work it out, but that'll probably be announced in Discord rather than live on here. How do I think it's going to go? Very difficult. I've been watching some of the drivers and actually they've all been making mistakes. What I will say is there's a couple of fast drivers definitely on track, so we'll jump on board, and we'll jump on board with one of them really fast drivers. And he's not been with us for a while. He's been recovering, but it's really nice to see Branko back. Branko was the first driver to get into the 213s before, so a few of them have made the 214s, but Branko got into the 213s, which the GT4 is pretty damn good. So what we'll do is this is his first hot lap. We'll sit on board with Branko, watch him do his hot lap. His first choice of tyres, his first set of tyres, sorry, second to third lap is when they warm up. It's a little bit better than the GT4, but still the third lap is where he'll probably go fastest if he sticks it out there. So we'll just sit on board with him at the moment and see how this lap really transpires. And I thought I'd switched and I haven't, so there you go. My stream deck's decided to stop working. That's going to make things a little bit more complicated for me. 1 minute it was working, next it wasn't. Oh, and now it's deciding to work again, so my apologies for that. So he's just coming up to start the mountain trek. There's loads of time to gain or lose here, and I've been watching and studying the drivers. Most of them take a very similar line actually, but 1 or 2 of them seem to get the power down quicker. Obviously no one's going through their flat, it's not practical to do that. If you can go through flat there, you're going to gain so much time. This corner you've got to ease off, the car will drift to the right a little bit, and then I'll be looking to take the inside as close to the curb as possible and get the power down halfway around the corner. And he'll get the car left, he'll put the anchors on a little bit just to take a bit of speed out of the car, and then he'll go down the gears to get the car rotating into the corner. Tap on the accelerator sometimes there on the left hand turn, and it's obviously quite a quick section this, so it's hard to keep up. Brake just before it. When you're running straight, put your brakes on, freewheel a little bit, then power down. He's got that perfect just to the wall, he didn't hit the wall, and he's now going down the Conrod straight, which is the fastest part of this track. This is where I think we'll see the overtakes going on. Very good tow on this track, very good tow indeed. If you get behind the car, you will get them before the end of the straight, so I think it's going to be really interesting. Now, in relation to the cars, the Mercedes is brilliant. The GT4 Mercedes is really, really good. Chris Bourne, who's in the Ginetta, I think it's brilliant over the hill in the mountains. I think it might labour a bit on the straight. We'll have to wait and see. Saunders, who's in the McLaren, I think that's looking quite tidy as well. But we'll wait and see. So Wood's already done a 2:15, and straight out the bat, Branco's done a 2:13.7, 2 seconds quicker than the second place man, Jonathan Wood. He means business. So let's find John Saunders, and let's go on board with John and see what he can answer with. So he is in the McLaren. So a bit of a hello to Ollie, and hello Ricard. Should be a cracking race, this one. Really been waiting for this one. So pleased when I knew I could commentate it as well. So you can just see the balance of the cars are slightly different. I know John does drive a very loose car, and therefore they always say loose is fast, and you know, you can't deny he's a quick driver. Just doesn't want to go too far off that curb onto the grass, because it will upset the balance, especially into this corner. So you can see he's really keeping the power down through this section, and he's already starting to gain on Robert Abando, who's in front of him. Now Robert, I believe, is also on a fast lap. I will just confirm that if I can find him in my timing towers. Robert himself is on a fast lap, so that could potentially cause a problem. He's flying down the straight now. Obviously, he's not going to. No one's going to get in his way now unless they go off. But that lap of Branco, and Roman Mark, his country colleagues, also done a 2:14.6, and Chris Bourne's done a 2:14.7. So let's see where this puts John Saunders. I think this will put him up there as well. Pick his braking point, get the car across the apex, get the power down nice and early. It's looking like a good time, and he goes second with a 2:14.5. So I do think this next lap is the quicker lap. Now Branco is going even faster. So Branco has done a 2:13. Let's go on board with Chris Bourne, because Chris Bourne's also going quicker. Branco's currently up to 1/10. So he's looking to go even further ahead. And he's done it, a 2:13.6 Branco's done. So again, he's absolutely flying. Hi Dom, hi Eric. We're with Chris Bourne now in the Ginetta. The Ginetta's very quick over the tops. I mean, to be honest, Chris Bourne's quick in anything. You can see there Roman's just giving his lap up. He's letting Chris pass, no one's getting in the way. That's how it should be. And Chris has obviously got his throttle down. Are we going to hear it bang out rev limit? There you go. The Ginetta has hit the rev limiter and cannot go any faster. That could be the Achilles heel of the Ginetta in this race. There's only a few tracks it struggles on. This was one of them. Paul Ricard was another, where it just runs out of puff because the rev band is too low. So I think that's where I think Chris could be a sitting duck towards the end of the straight, because the other GT4s will just carry on. Hi Nikos. And he's just done a 2:14.5, so he did go faster. We'll go on board with Jonathan Wood, the other contender. He's 2/10 up. He's looking to get in front here of John Saunders, and he's looking good for it. No, he's not, sorry. He's a second down actually compared to them. He's only going to move forward himself, his time forward. He's not moving up the leaderboard. So I know he can do 2:14s, but he just seems a little off the pace here at the moment. Now, it doesn't mean it's game over for him. He just needs to consider where he finishes behind Saunders. There's 10 points difference. So at the end of the race, if the deficit is less than 10 points, Wood wins the championship. If the deficit is greater than 10 points, Saunders wins the championship. But obviously, this could all go up in the air if one of the cars goes off, they get the pit stop wrong, they get a drive-through, a whole host of different elements. And you can see there, very, very erratic, Jonathan there into the corner, trying to push and push and push. And that's the unfortunate part in a race, is trying not to push, but you obviously want to get that lap time in. Let's go on board with Terry. So Terry's also in the Ginetta. So he's also hitting the rev limiter. So this is where the Ginetta will backfire on you a little bit, as I've said before with Chris Bourne. So it's all about trying to maximise where you are on the track in the Ginetta and getting the most out of it, because that Conrod straight is going to kill you. Hi Mark. Hi Stefan, what's up? And Terry did go a little bit quicker there as well, but he is still in the 2:16s. So there's still a man on a mission, and Branco is still going quicker. I'm going to jump on board with Malcolm Hutchin. So Malcolm's also picked the Mercedes. I think I did an event this week where it was a fixed car, the Mercedes GT4, and I have to admit I really enjoyed it. And a few other drivers have said I really hadn't thought of the Mercedes. I think Malcolm was one of them where he thought, I think I found my GT4 car for next season. It is a delight to race around here, I must say. Cheers Ollie, she'll be in 4K if you've got that 4K TV on. Get your YouTube on 4K and enjoy it. Andreas. Daniel Britos there, just taking a shortcut. Don't impede, he hasn't done. Well done Daniel. And he's gone a couple of tenths quicker, but he hasn't moved up. So we've got 3 minutes to go and it's looking a bit static. We're going to go with Don. Don's on a really good lap. He's also in the Ginetta. So Don's doing an absolute fantastic showing here in the Ginetta. Really pushing it. Really hugging that wall. So he should be able to get the power down really quickly here. Now he was 3 tenths up. He's lost it all in the last corner there. Merche's on a bit of a flyer. He's not looking at the 2:14s yet, but he's getting close. Malcolm's off the pace now, so we'll jump on board with Merche. So Merche's 7 tenths up. He's now looking at a 2:14.9. So he could be the 5th driver getting into the 2:14s if he can do this. He's lost a bit of time there. He needs to get a really good exit out here in the BMW. He goes. No, he's not really gaining. We just need to see where he ends. It's close. He might get the 2:14s. If not, it'll be a 2:15 flat as it stands. This next braking zone here, this is so critical. And yeah, and he's got 2 tenths back. Oh, he's got what? He got an additional 2 tenths. That little sector there. That was brilliant by Merche. That means he's on a 2:14.8. So he's now going to go into 5th place. Is he going to get it? And it's a 2:14.8 too. And that's put Merche into 5th place. That's put another person in front of Jonathan Wood. So this is really going to be interesting. Wood's decided he's had enough of going out. So back with Saunders again. So Saunders is 2 tenths up. His best is a 2:14.5. As it stands, he's going to be taking 2nd place on the grid, behind Branco and in front of Roman. Chris Bourne's also going faster, although Chris Bourne's now lost all his time. But he's gone very wide there, and that's his lap over. Hi, mate. There you go, there's the lap times. 2:13.695. Roman 2:14.52. Hi, Juan. Well, Saunders should be putting in another decent lap. Merche's going quicker again. But he's not going to improve his position on the grid. If he was slightly bit better. Oh, now then. The attention's been stirred. Merch is going to take 4th place from Mr. Bourne. And if he carries on, he's going to end up in 2nd place here on the grid. He's on an absolute flying lap here, is Merche. He's currently on for a 2:14.3, which will put him in 2nd place. Now that puts the cat amongst the pigeons, as a saying. I think he nailed this sector last time brilliantly, so he's going to have to do exactly the same again to keep it, otherwise he'll lose a 10th. He's gained again. He's brilliant at that sector. It'll be a 2.15.2 or a 2.14.2 or a 2.14.3 this. Gets the corner round, he's done the corner. What's he done? And there it is. Second place on the grid. Well done, Merche. Wow. Well, well, well. Let's, there's a couple of cars coming round, but I'll go to the intro. Back in a tick. Okay, I'm just waiting for the cars to get on the grid, and then I'll do a grid walk. It's quite a big grid today, so I might have to whiz through this a little bit. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'll switch to the grid walk, and with a fantastic pole of 2.13, the only driver getting into 2.13 was Branko Bezjak. In second place with an absolute flying lap was Merche in the BMW, and then we've got the first of the Mercedes, which is Roman Mark, and then John Saunders in the McLaren. We've then got Chris Bourne, Jonathan Wood, Krista Hjort with a great lap, Steve Howells in the Alpine, then got Don Queen in the Ginetta, Malcolm in the Mercedes, then got another Ginetta of Terry and Robert Abando in the Porsche, then got Laszlo in the McLaren and Lee in the Ginetta. We've then got another McLaren of Derek and Daniel Britos, then got the Oni Camaro, which is Hugo Caballero, Benny Homestead in the Porsche. Then got the Mercedes of Mike Molesky, Richard Clumb in the McLaren. Then another BMW of Jeremy Arabas, Melvin Garland. And then up at the back, we've got John Collins in the McLaren. So just wait while I get my mouse back. And I will get it back this time because I've written some software to do it for me. So there you go. We can start on the grid. Hopefully we'll have a nice clean start. Tips for the win. Now, you see, it all depends on how they're going to go for the race. If they go aggressive, they'll go off. I think this is a very tactful race. You're going to have to really think about how you want to play it. I mean, if I was Jonathan Wood, I wouldn't be going hell for leather. I'd just be keeping myself within a few places. Bit of chaos. Well, we'll see, shall we? And we should be rolling any second now. And there we go. Hopefully everyone's going to be rolling. No one appears to have teleported to the pits, although Merche is a little bit slow. And Merche puts himself in the right position. So T1s can be problematic here, but actually T2 is the worst corner because you've got a high-speed braking zone and everybody thinks the tyres are up to speed and they'll brake at the between the 100 and the 50 and they'll be in the wall. Well, that's it. The lights have gone green and it's off. So Merche's got a great start there. Everyone's made the first few have made the first corner. Next few have. Next few have. And next few have. Wow, we have first corner. The Chris Bourne's already losing ground there. As you can see, the grunt of the Mercedes is just starting to pay pay off. And Merche's going already against Branco up the inside. He's backed out. Very sensible by Merche that. He knew that wasn't going to stick. And are we going to get all the other cars around the corner as well? Anybody breaking into the zone late? Again, this is looking quite extraordinary. We've managed to get through the first phase of this without any incidents. And now the second part of this is where the back end could easily be clipped by another driver. We're looking good. Let's go down a little bit. Again, so far so good. This is looking absolute epic. You can see Branco's just starting to stretch his legs a little bit. Question is he pushing too early? Are his tyres warm enough? But this is where the action's at. So you can see who is involved in this fight. Now, Saunders, something's happened with Saunders. He's at the back. And there's been an incident. There's been an incident. What's gone on? That was Hugo. And it's caused chaos. Not chaos, a couple of other cars. So Hugo has got himself coming into the S's. Looks like he's got it wrong coming into the S's, although he's very wobbly there. He's braking okay. He's got into the corner at the wrong angle. Oh, he's managed to take two cars out there. Bit of net code. Two have gone past. Melvin's been squeezed by John. And Saunders again is at the back. And that Hugo's car, he's now into the pits. So there's been a change here. Something's happened with Krista. What's happened with Krista? Let's just see if we can go back to that one. So Krista's here. No problem at the moment. He's going for the pass on the Ginetta, which is exactly what we said would happen. Merch is off the track. Krista's off the track. It's like a rally. Has everyone been playing Dirt Rally too much? And that's obviously going to cost places, but that does mean Wood has gone forward a little bit. So let's go back to that battle. So Merch is going to look like he's going to try and take Chris, and he will take him on the straight. As I said, that Ginetta's just got no puff at the end. Its pistons are absolutely banging out the engine. Whoa! And Chris Bournes made a mistake. What happened there? Right, I want to replay that because he's gone. That looked like he's just said he's already had a problem. He's really going down the field. So far, so good there. He's now last. He's had an absolute nightmare. Oh dear. He's had a connection problem. That wasn't a control problem. That's a connection problem. Oh, I hate to see that. He's gone. He's left the server. Oh, what a disaster. What an absolute disaster. Well, this puts Mr. Wood in a fantastic position now. Because his only two contenders, Saunders and Bourne, are out. So he's basically got a free ride. We'll keep an eye on it. But we'll look at this battle at the moment because Malcolm's just made the pass on Don. And as we've said, the Ginetta just can't compete. So we'll see them passes going all day long now. But Don's not giving up. As I said, the Ginetta's great through the corners. Let's go back to Benny. So Benny's putting pressure on the Mercedes of Mike. No, I think the guys who were saying Chris crashed, I don't think he did. As I said, I did the replay. It's no steering wheel. That tells me he's had a disconnect or control problem. He'll be livid. Absolutely livid.
The pit is now open.
The pit's now open. It's a long pit window, so you can really plan ahead. And Mike really got it sideways there, coming around the corner. I'm going to jump forward because Krista is now putting pressure on Wood. So Krista in the Mercedes. He's going to get a good run against Wood. Now, it all depends on whether Wood wants to play the safe game if he's aware of what's happened before in front of him or not. He's going to be a nervous wreck now, but Wood. Jonathan Wood's going to be absolutely bricking it. And he got very close to that wall. He wants to be careful. If he ends his race, it's game over for him. Jeremy's had a bit of a problem. Jeremy's running last. Can't see any damage on his car. So maybe he's just took to the side roads a little bit. Let's go. Terry's getting close to Robert. But Terry will lose out on the straight, as we know. I don't think there's been connection issues with the server at Jaime. I think there's been problems with the game. Because it doesn't seem to have been specific. I mean, we know there's an issue where the two French guys at one point got both booted. That tells you that was an internet problem in France. So we're going to see a pass here. Bit of defensive driving going on, but not going to make the pass. And as you can see there, he's lost a lot of time. And that Porsche just couldn't get a bit of grunt on the pass there. Let's jump further back. Got a three-way tie going on. We've got the Alpine chasing down the two McLarens. That's the 112 McLaren, 712, which is Laszlo. And Benny's gone wide. He's just gone off track. Oh, that's a bit of an unsafe rejoin. That's a bit of a bad one, that. And Christa's made the pass on Wood. So there is a few passes going on now. Lee Ellis has now just passed Mike Molesky. Now Saunders is pitting. Saunders is actually pitting. So now the pit window's open. This is really bizarre. Now the steering's nothing to do with the server, Mark. He's absolutely spot on. That Chris Bourne's back on the server, as you can see. But I think John Saunders must have damage from an early incident, although I couldn't see any incidents. Hi, Reese. Andrea the other week was his PC. It was his internet. And I think actually he had control problems as well. Jeremy's been having control problems, although he's now sorted his out. If it was a server issue, everyone would suffer, not one person. They'd all go off. So Malcolm is now chasing Jonathan down. Robert's chasing Don Queen down. And Terry's chasing Robert down. Jeremy has caught up Collins. So Jeremy's looking racy again. Saunders is in the pits, although I think he's on his way out now. Yeah, so I think Saunders had damage. He must have made a mistake. I know you can see the Porsche now making a pass on the Ginetta, and that's Don passing Robert Abando. As we've said, whoa! That's not very gentlemanly, is it? You've passed me, so I'll give you a crack up the backside. Yeah, that was registered as well as an incident. So it was ACC that crashed for Chris. Thanks, Reece. So that's definitely not a connection problem. See, that Ginetta is good in the corners. Very, very good. I'm going to jump back a little bit because we've got a battle going on here with Mike Molesky chasing down another Ginetta, and Melvin's behind as well. So I think these Ginettas are going to start falling back a little bit. Although Robert's had a problem here. Let's just see what's happened to Robert. He's going a little bit slow. He was doing really well because he managed to pull away from the Ginetta. So has he outbroke himself here, or has he got oversteer and gone into? Oh, he's been hit. So really, oh, that's going to be a penalty that for Don Queen, not stopping, and definitely a bump pass. He's lucky it wasn't that one. But yeah, not nice to see that. That's twice he's hit him there, Don. To be fair, that's really not what I want to be seeing. But so the Alpine is having a right little riot here. It's having a go at Derek now. So the Alpine of Howells is putting pressure on the McLaren of Derek Bird. Terry's still looking close to Don, but as we know, he's just not going to have the legs there. Yeah, that was a bit more of a love slap, that one, Ollie. Not a love tap, that was a love slap. Hit it that hard, it turned his head. So Chris Bourne is out. And you can see he's in, I think he's in front of this lot. There you go. So we're going to see Chris Bourne trying to gain some time. He's got it all to do. He's 3 laps down. So a bit of a disaster for him there. Anyway, let's go back to Howells. So this Alpine is having a great little race. He has got damage at the front of that Alpine though. So I'm not sure if he's had contact with either a person or a wall. Definitely damage. Oh, and there goes the McLaren. Oh, that was... Whoa, that was a brown trouser moment for the Alpine there. As Mr. Bird went flying. Here's Robert using his mirrors when he hits others. Hi, Aaron. Yeah, as we know, Robert doesn't tend to use mirrors, but then again, he mustn't be using the windscreen in front of him either. Right, so yeah, that Alpine's looking really good now, and there's been an incident with Laszlo. So Laszlo has come together with Bourne, but I'm not too sure to what state. I think that was a tap, because Bourne's gone past him now. Yeah, he's unlapping himself. He's got a long way to go though, Bourne. And is now, interestingly enough, I'm just trying to find Saunders' thing to see if Saunders' lap is valid. Because if Saunders' lap's valid, and he can go to the end of the race, could be quite interesting. That I know he's going to be a lap down, but actually, if he's managed to pull his, managed to take a few cars, he could gain a good number of seconds. And the other interesting thing is, Wood's now off the pace. Wood is running 3 seconds off the pace. So, based on the number of laps possible, this could get very interesting towards the end, this, if Wood doesn't get his pedal down a little bit. So, Roman is now leading the race. He's managed to pass Branco. So, Roman's, I think that might be team orders there. What do you reckon? Because, yeah, both in the Mercedes and they're both flying. Although I'm sure Roman wasn't in the Mercedes last time. So that's basically going to null and void his race if that's the case. Now, Merch is still there. I mean, he went for a run before off the track, but he's still there, thereabouts. He's not giving in. Be interesting to see where this goes. So, yeah, believe it or not, we've got 23 cars on track and it's gone quiet. Let's go to Melvin. Melvin's now trying to put pressure on the Ginetta of Lee Ellis in front. I'm going to check that situation with the car, because I'm sure Roman. Have a look. I'm just going to see what car Roman was. Right, I would, but I think I've just broken something. So let me have a. That's not looking right. I think I've done something wrong with these tables, but never mind, eh? I think we'll see Melvin pass on the straights here. Trying to find trying to find what car he's in, but I've made a bit of a boo-boo. So for some reason it's not doing what I want it to do. Interesting. Hey, look at the speed difference coming up at the end of the straight now there. I'm going to jump forward. Terry's still trying to catch Don now, so they're both running in a Ginetta. It's not controlled aggression. I think Bathurst just needs a bit of respect because of the nature of the track. You're not going to go anywhere fast at Bathurst, so you just need to accept Bathurst and run with it. So I was speaking to Jonathan before, and I was trying to say to him, you know, it's sometimes it's a case of not trying to drive over aggressively on this track, because it's not a track you fall off because you can't. But whereas other tracks, if you fall off, you can recover. On this track, you can't. You hit the wall and that's it. And the concrete will damage your car. Roman's now pulling away. And Merch. And Branco's gone. Branco's pitted. So is that a chosen pit, or he's got problems? I didn't see that. I've missed that, because that means Merch is now in second place. And Krista's in third place. So Howells has just made a pass on the McLaren. Interesting, because he made the pass going up the hill or through the mountain section. Yeah, that's quite an interesting place to make a pass. But that McLaren's got some... Oh, he doesn't want to make a pass off track. Oh, it's all going pear-shaped. So the Alpine's obviously got a similar problem to the Ginetta then, because that McLaren was quick. Alright, let's go to Terry. Terry's definitely gaining on Don here. A lot of chat going on. I can't keep up with it all. This is the only battle on track at the moment. So Roman was in an Audi, so Roman has switched cars. Well, that's going to be a bit of a blow for Roman. Yeah, Don's getting close to Jonathan. I think Jonathan will let him go, to be honest, as well. And we're not going to see a pass here, because that's just not a pass in place. And concentrate now, I've managed to find that out. All up for that. Great little battle for the Ginettas, though. In fact, they're both catching wood up as well. Where's Saunders? So Saunders is still struggling. He's not in the racing zone at the moment. Benny's catching Melvin. So Benny's in a Porsche, Melvin's in the BMW. Merch isn't really closing down Roman. Branco's back up and running again. Branco must have gone off. I can't see it as an incident, but his pit stop implies he had a big smash with the wall. His car didn't look damaged when he come into the pits. So a bit confused about that one. as to actually what's gone on and what happened with him. But he's back up and running again now, is Branko. Let's see where else we can go. Robert's lost a bit of time. Robert Abando. He's just getting his speed back up again. I think he's gone off track. He's running again now. His car's not damaged. That's a saving grace. There is marks on it, but it's not smashed up per se. You can see it's quite scuffed at the front. The bonnet's ever so slightly up, but not damaged enough to cause speed problems. Terry has not given up on Don. To be fair to Don, he's given him a cracking race. Change the MFD. I'm using a tower that's built into the game, so I can't. If I switch that off, I've got to go back. I've got to put the game one back on. I can do it. Let's see if I can do it. No. Let me have a look. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Is that what you're after? Or do you want the long one? Laszlo's been involved with an incident again. Presume with the Alpine. But the pair of them are still knocking 7 bells out of each other. Mike Molesti's just got off track, but it's back up and running again. That Alpine's really racy, isn't it? I'm going to jump on board with the Alpine. What I want to do is see if it struggles and suffers with top end, like the Ginetta does. It seems to fail at the end. Let's have a look. Does he get the rev limiter? There's no dashboard, is there? Two big black circles in front of you. Well, let's see if it hits the rev limiter like the Ginetta does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't suffer the same problem. Whoa! And there goes Laszlo. Laszlo's decided to do a bit of ballet dancing on the grass, and that's allowed Howells to gain a position. So Laszlo's now going to be looking behind him because Robert's towering down on him as well. So Robert's got within 2 seconds as a result of Laszlo going off. He's not lost much time, Laszlo, to be fair. Still an hour and 6 minutes to go, and it's all to play for. See that McLaren of Danny Britos is looking racy. Bit of a little bit of a battle going on behind as well. One of the Ginettas looking rather slow, and that's Branko unlapping himself, I believe. And yeah, that Ginetta's really struggling of late. So he's just been passed by Benny, has he? Looking around the corner, yeah. So Lee's car's also looking bruised and battered. It's really struggling, the Ginetta, isn't it? Really, really struggling. Let's go to Danny, because Danny is gaining a little bit, and as we know, he's quite a tenacious driver, is Danny. If he gets in front of you, you're not getting back past him. He's also a quick driver. It'd be interesting to see how the Porsche marries up to the McLaren, actually. The gap is it's about 1.3 seconds. I'm seeing it as slightly different on the screen than what you're seeing. Hi, Niels. He's losing time, actually, Danny. And Malcolm's made a bit of a mistake. He lost a bit of time. I think he just went a bit wide. He didn't go off track. Bourne is 3 laps behind. He's got a lot of work to do. Saunders' lap pit stop is valid. Does that mean anything? Well, let me tell you, shall I? If Saunders has done a pit stop and he's pouring enough fuel in to see him to the end. I'm not too sure whether he can, or it's possible in a GT4. I'm just looking at the times, and Laszlo's off. He's going. Laszlo's going to the pits. Yeah, back to Saunders. I'm looking at the times in front of Saunders. You know what? He could be leading. Has he pulled a stroke of genius out of the hat here? What that means is, if he comes out in front of Roman, Wood is too far behind. Now that surely can't be right, and I've done something wrong somewhere. But I'm just looking at the gap. He's on the same lap as everybody else. And when you add the splits up, it's about a lap. Tell you what, oh, we've just lost a car, have we? We've just lost. I don't know who we lost, but we've just lost a car. Not too sure who went. But yeah, we lost a car around here. We had Lee. Is Benny? Benny still going? Who have we lost? Who have we lost? I can't work it out. Richard. Melvin's putting pressure on Derek. And Benny's putting pressure on Melvin. Meanwhile, Don Queen's only 2 seconds behind Wood. Wood's 5 seconds behind Hutchins. His lap times are much better now, to be fair. He was 2 seconds faster than Malcolm that last lap. But that could be indicative of him pushing. Now, Collins has gone off. He's hit the barrier. And I would say he's got a broken steering wheel. Yeah, that's an understatement, isn't it? So he'll try and get back to the pits because he can do this as part of his valid pit stop. But he could end up just becoming a rolling roadblock. That could be quite dangerous. So we'll see what happens. I mean, he's even put his indicator on. Yeah, that could be quite a problem for him. So is he trying to work out who's nearby? Yeah, he's give up. That was probably the sensible thing to do. Let's go back to Melvin. And Melvin's now right up behind Derek. 0.8 of a second behind Derek. Melvin looked like he's keeping it tidy. And we can see that Mercedes of... that's Branco, isn't it? It's passing Britos. Yep. So the Ginettas are falling down the list. Chris Bourne's doing 2:15s. What's Saunders doing? Saunders is doing 2:16s. So there's still this thing with Saunders. That could really be interesting. Really could be interesting. I could have it wrong, but I'll tell you now. Looking at the splits. I didn't see that one. Oh, that can't be right. There's a split there that doesn't make sense to me. No, that split's wrong. God for that. I was going to say I was going a bit doolally there. But Benny's now putting pressure on Melvin. One in the Porsche and one in the BMW. Both taking nice angles through there. Actually, Lee and the Ginettas caught them up as well. Derek's managed to just start stretching his legs a little bit in front. Not much, but just managing. Terry's back on Don's case. Don's lost a second to Jonathan Wood. So Jonathan Wood's got a bit of breathing space. And he has pulled the gap down to Malcolm Hutchins as well. That gap's gone down ever so slightly. Now, I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen with Saunders. Really, really intrigued to see what's going to happen with Saunders. That could really put a spanner in the works. So it was you, Robert, who left. VR crashed. Yeah, I knew someone had quit, but I couldn't work out who. Sorry about that, fella. These two are battling for it. So is he going to get on the straight? Let's just jump forward because Terry's also having a go. Oh, we won't get him through there. Let's go back to these. Are we going to get a slipstream pass? Yeah, Robert, we saw both of them. The first one was a bit of a tap, a kiss on the cheek. The second one was a slap on the cheek. Yeah, unfortunate that because you were looking pretty good, to be fair. He's looking a bit. Melvin's having trying to keep Benny at bay, but I think Benny's the quicker driver here, even though he's got a bit of a battered Porsche. The other thing about the pit stops as well. If the drivers don't select, and now Laszlo's gone off again, the same corner. Yep. Let's start calling that Laszlo bend. Let's go back to Benny. I think Benny might get Melvin on the straight, you know. He's really launching that Porsche, isn't he? Really. See how much he hit that curb. He's definitely quick. Show the long list. Hey, don't ask much, do you, Stefan? Hold on a minute, mate. Let's see if I can do. Not that one. Not that one. That one. Yeah, this one doesn't update real time. That's the problem. Yeah, Melvin's managed to pull away a little bit there. There's such a large number of cars on track. Watching race and then watching M8. Watching with my mates, then watching. Right, got you. There's a yellow flag. Oh, what's gone on there? What happened there? I saw something, but I didn't quite get it. But as Britos had an unsafe rejoin and clobbered Melvin, I missed that completely. Let's just see. So Melvin's looking good here. He's got no damage on his car at all. Still looking good. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. So whatever happened there, Melvin got hook, line and sinkered as a result of that contact. Yeah, he's gone into the pits with a rather damaged car. Howells has also got into the pits, so these two will now be starting to take pit stops. And, oh, in fact, Howells hasn't had his car repaired. Howells has literally done the splash and dash. So pit stop costs you a minute. Tell you, it's going to be close. I'm just quickly working out how far behind Saunders is. Right, it's 10 to 28. He's about 90 seconds behind. It's going to be too much, that. I'm sure it was closer than that, but no, I'm obviously wrong. He's made good progress, though. As the cars are starting to pit, he's passing them. And the gap between him and Wood, actually, that's all that matters, isn't it? So that's... Hold on a minute. Yeah, he's going to come out either just behind Wood or just in front of Wood. Yeah, so Saunders, tell you what, he's catching Jeremy. You see Jeremy's in front of him. And that's Jeremy with Hugo behind him. Hugo's got his lights on to say, and you can just see in the distance there, Saunders coming round the corner, Forest Elbow. Yeah, that BMW is just too quick for the Camaro, isn't it? You can see he's just pulling away. Even in a tow, the Camaro's got no response. Let's go to Terry. Terry's having another go. Oh, he was until he hit the wall. That's upset the apple cart a little bit. Luckily, he's not yet made his pit stop, but he will have had a very, very small piece of damage there, so it will impede his pit stop ever so slightly. Now I just want to have a look at something here. So Wood's racing well, but he's being held up now by Collins in the wrong part of the track. I also want to see if Wood's damaged his car a little bit. Woods' car's looking alright. No damage. Let's have a look at the front. Good pass there. Yeah. Looks alright that. Wood's car's clean. He's not hit the wall. Howells is now pitted. He's got in again. Now I think that one's interesting. So Howells has been in the pits twice. I didn't see any drive-throughs. That's really put him down a little bit. Saunders is getting ever closer to Hugo and Jeremy. Just going to have a quick... Okay, so question from Ollie, Saunders and Wood. What I'll do is I'll show you the splits, or I would have done if that was working, but I'll put the splits on the screen for you. If I can find it. There you go. That's the current splits. So you get to see the lap times. So they're both running very, very similar. Oh! That's a disaster. Let's go back. Let's go back. That is a disaster. So he's gone up the inside of Hugo. Hugo was blue flagged. Hugo... Better brake earlier. Better brake earlier. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh, that is rotten luck. Oh dear. Back marker as well. And that's just kiboshed Saunders like that. Oh, what an absolute shame. Oh dear. How he's disqualified? Oh, I wonder what he was disqualified for. No idea what he was disqualified for. I didn't see any notification of a drive-through. Oh, I bet you he's reversed up the track. And that's an instant disqualification. Oh dear. Well, I'm not going to say it's all kicking off, but no, that was pretty poor by Hugo, to be fair. He's a blue flag as well, so the fact that he was a blue flag, you stay away, you just leave it, and you know, let sleeping giants sleep. Really, these two have come together as well. They've had contact. Branco is I was going to say he's unlapping himself, but he's not. He's got another lap to go. So there shouldn't have really been contact there either. So, a couple of misdemeanors going on here, I feel, at the moment. Yeah, it wasn't good, was it, Andreas? It was, yeah, felt there a little bit, to be fair, because he was having a storming race, and I think he had a really good opportunity. And Hugo's quit. So, I think Jeremy might be pitting. No. Richard Columbe's over-rotated. Don Queen and Terry are still battling. Yeah, I think Hugo will be going away with his tail between his legs, really. Such a shame. I mean, Saunders' pit stop was very short. That tells me he's got the fuel. He was in and out. It was a splash and it was a quick knock that panel out and get me back out there. Although we'll see if these two Ginettas catch him. This will tell us whether he's got a pace problem. There's no way the Ginetta should catch him there. Oh, that isn't Saunders, is it? It is Saunders. Just seemed a bit slow. Oh yeah, Saunders is a lap down from them now. That pit stop's really killed it for Saunders. Yeah, Robert, you should. And you can see the two Ginettas. One of them's now sided off into the pits. And Terry's decided to get his pit stop out of the way. Let's go back to Benny. Benny's really putting pressure on Derek here. Derek's car's looking worse for wear. I should imagine when Derek comes in, he'll also do a bit of a tidy up on his car, shall we say. It was a fun race, Andreas. So it's like, no point in you being disqualified. Jeremy is looking quite decent, and Derek's gone to the pits now. So let's see, the average pit time is looking like 80 seconds. 80 to 90 seconds. So let's see where that goes. Benny's having a great race, you know. Wood, looking good at the moment. Wood's looking good. Richard, I think he's just made a mistake. He looks like he's running out of fuel. He's going really slow then. Now he's pitting. So this is his first pit stop. We've still got a number of cars yet to clear the pits. Branko's got a pit again yet, so Branko's probably he's got 42 minutes to pit. And don't know what happened there, but something went on here with Collins. I don't know whether Collins got sideways. I'm not seeing any contact being shown. Oh, Collins has gone. Oh, wow! Oh, I was going to say brilliant reflexes by Branko, but no. I thought he was just about to recover that, but no. Collins has caused calamity at the top, and Saunders has now just managed to pass Melvin. And Lee Ellis is also, I think. Oh, is that someone just coming back from the back? Yeah, it is. And Wood's now pitted. So Jonathan Wood has gone to the pits, and Merche has also had a problem. Let's see what's happened with Merche. Flying down the straight. Has he just got his braking point wrong? This was for a second place, this. I mean, he's got 12 seconds on Krista, but he's losing time to Krista. Oh, the back end's gone on him. Oh, God, who was that he avoided? Crikey, I'll tell you what, he did well to recover that, the speed he did. Well done, Merche. Well done indeed. We've lost another car. Hutchins is now in the pits. But Benny's now up into 5th place, but he's still yet to do his pit stop. So he will fall back. So it's a bit false at the moment, that. So Jeremy is currently in 9th place, and we have penalty. We have a penalty. Derek Bird, stop and go, 30 seconds, speeding in the pit lane. That's kind of killed Derek's run off. Yeah, it's Jeremy. Jeremy just carries on. The Wood's back out. He's out the pits. And he's out in 6th place. So, Saunders' visit to the pits has cost him. I think he'd have been with Saunders now. Just to catch up. I know I've missed the boat on this one. Publish it anyway. Bit late coming from race control. That. Sorry about that one. I could have been a bit quicker with that one. Terry Trowbridge. He's carrying on. He's on a mission. Right. The top 4 are pitting. Roman's coming out. I'm not too sure what Howells did, but to get a disqualification, he's got to have gone up the track the wrong way. Because that's an immediate do not pass go, do not collect 200. That's a straight slap on the wrist, that one. Yeah, he just hasn't got the grunt, has he? Benny is now in 3rd place, but as I say, he's yet to serve his penalty, his pit stop. Don Queen is in the pits. Don Queen's looking very good, in Ginetta or not. But the top 3 are who I think will be the top 3. I'll tell you what, Krista has closed the gap on Merch by 10 seconds. Krista could get a 2nd place here. Just needs to keep it calm. He just needs to keep it calm. Derek Bird's doing his stop and go. That'll put paid to his race. Although looking at the times behind him, I think he's not going to lose many places because there's just no one behind him really. Branco's unlapped himself now. Krista's he's not really gaining. Sorry, no, he's 4 seconds behind Benny. He's 8 seconds behind Merch. My apologies. Benny's obviously on used tyres, and he's definitely running a long race here. Let's have a quick rundown. So we've got Roman, 1st place, Mercedes. The gap between Woody and Saunders is, let me just have a quick check. 4, 6. It's over a minute, about 1 minute and 10. Roman's having a great race here, but he will receive a penalty for swapping cars. Merch, keeping it going. Yeah, he'll get a post-race penalty if Robert reports it. And Benny's now pitted. So Merch is having a good run here. And there's Krista coming round Hell Corner. It is nice, the Merc, isn't it? To be fair. That livery's lovely. Yeah, he's having a good run, is Krista. Wood's running well. His car's looking clean. He is under pressure from Don, but he's got a good enough gap. And them 3 behind look like they're going to be battling themselves, actually, anytime soon. So Wood's looking good for it. And there is Mr. Don Queen, who has, Ollie says, the potential of a penalty going in. So Jeremy, if he's done his pit stop and he hasn't, no, he's not done his pit stop, he's doing it now. There you go. Well, I've got my finger on the pulse. So Jeremy's doing his pit stop now. There you go. So yeah, he's getting his pit stop done. Yeah, Don's potentially got a penalty over his head of 6 places if it gets reported. So that will put him down and move everyone else up. Malcolm Hutchins having a great race in the who's also in the Mercedes, and he is putting pressure on Don, but equally Terry in the Ginetta is putting pressure on Malcolm as well. So Terry's having a great race. Laszlo's had a bit of a hit and miss race. He has been going off track a few times. I think that last corner before the final bend, we're going to have to start calling Laszlo. And you can see even after his pit stop, he's had a brush with the wall as well. There's a couple of Laszlo corners going on. Benny's come out in 9th place. He's looking really good actually, Benny. For the GT4, I think this could be his highest finish. I'm not too sure, but he's getting on with it. Really enjoying it. John Saunders, I've been very unfortunate, very unlucky. His race could have been so different. Lee Ellis, looking really good. So why is John Saunders still racing? Because Woody could have a disconnect. And if Woody has a disconnect, the ballpark changes to John Saunders. So that's why Saunders is not giving up. So Ellis is having a good run in the Ginetta. Melvin in the BMW. Obviously Melvin got compromised before by Danny Britos coming across the track. Jeremy, who has done his pit stop and has registered, and the only person not to pit at the moment is Chris Bourne. So that's really going to put pay to Chris Bourne as well, because he's just going to lose positions. And Merch has had a problem. Let's see what's happened to Merch. Merch's had a problem and Krista's caught him right up. Oh, that's a very odd place. Oh, that's a big smack. That's a really big smack. Oh, just to make matters. Whoa, 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 whoa! Dearie me. Another brown trouser moment there. So. Oh, interesting. So Krista is now on a charge. He's 2 seconds behind. Krista's flashing his lights. I fully understand that. Krista's seen what's gone on in front, and he wants this now. Krista, he's going for a second place. Krista. So I was down to Jeremy. So Jeremy's playing it cool. He's currently 13th. But he is being pressured now by Danny, who's in the McLaren behind him. Malcolm has made the pass on the Ginetta. As we said on the straight, the Ginetta just runs out of puff. But the Ginetta's great in the corners. But I think we'll see Malcolm stretch his legs on the next straight as well. I think Mercedes has got too much for that Ginetta. Richard Columb, who's let the both cars past and had that bound trouser moment a minute ago with Merche. Branco, who's a couple of laps down. Good to see Branco back, to be fair. I think he's just putting the laps in now. Mike Molesky is also in Mercedes. He's just putting the laps in as well. He's also a couple of laps down, so he's had a few problems. Chris Bourne, who is the only driver yet to pit. He's doing very quick lap times, but Roman Mark's quicker at the moment. Krista Hjort's, Roman Mark's the quickest on track as we speak. Chris Bourne, whoa, he must be careful there. He's taking the shortcut into the pits, and he will be the last driver to carry out a pit stop. When he comes, Derek's already obviously aborted his race, as is Steve Howells, who got a DSQ. So Chris Bourne's the final car to pit. So Don's not giving up on Hutchin here. And you can see Terry is also there as well. Like a cork in a bottle, innit? Just waiting for one of the cars to go. They can all go through then. Look at that for a view. But you'll just see the Mercedes now. The Ginetta just will not keep up. Yeah, no toe. It won't get any toe or anything. And he'll just start pulling away. There you go. That's where the grunt kicks in. And the Ginetta starts top ending. But look how quick the Ginetta comes back through the corners. Great view, that. Brilliant view. I think Malcolm's done this now. And again, at the end of this straight, I think we'll just see that gap increase ever so slightly. He's not dropping them, but I think he's got too much grunt. And I think what we'll find over the tops, you might see the Ginetta come back a little bit more, but once they get onto the conrod again, that gap will just increase. You can see Terry's also struggling keeping up as well. You just saw Jonathan there go past. So Jonathan's currently in 4th. He's not going to get a podium. He probably isn't bothered. Krista isn't really gaining on Merche. Let's go to Merche. You can just see Krista just coming round the corner, entering the S's. That's where Merche is. Well, Krista looked very quick through there, I have to say. Got that corner nailed, hasn't he, Merche? Absolutely got it nailed. And there he goes, flying down the straight, trying to make that gap bigger. And Danny Britos. Oh, now Jeremy's made a mistake there, and Chris Bourne's coming round. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Cars everywhere. Chris Bourne. Oh, don't want contact. What's that with Britos? Ah, Britos hit Jeremy and knocked him off track. That's why Britos has let him go again. Right, I was trying to work out what was going on there, but now I understand. It didn't initially say there'd been contact, but then there was contact being registered. Go back to this little battle. Yeah, Terry's really getting left behind now. Yeah, that mountain's great. That mountain is top. So no PWS cars today. Just a bit of shout out to PWS preciouswashers.co.uk. Syndeo. Syndeo.world. Communications. And Aqua Green. Grateful for those guys sponsoring us and keeping us going, along with everybody who has made donations to eSeniors. Without the sponsor yourselves, we wouldn't be able to carry on providing the services we provide. So I want to thank every one of you for being part of it as well, and those who have donated, a big thank you and a special thank you to those as well, and our sponsors. Right, going back to Danny, because Danny's racy again now. He's caught Jeremy up. Jeremy looks slow there, but I think it's just the angle. We're on the conrod now. I don't think Danny's quick enough to catch him here. He's having a damn good go though. Derek isn't on track, he's in the pits, Nikos. I thought Danny was going to hit him again there, that's where he hit him before. So all cars registered as pits, done the pits, all valid. And Merche is coming to lap these now. I think that was Merch behind, was it? Benny is now putting pressure. Oh, he's just been passed by Saunders. Be surprised if Benny's passing Saunders. Let's go on board with Merch, because I think Merch is just about to catch. Yeah, Danny Britos. A lap comparison. Merch's last lap was a 2:15.7, which was his fastest lap. Danny Britos' fastest lap is a 2:18. His last was a 2:21. He's going to catch these two up like a rate of knots. He's wanting to. He wants to get these both on the straight. I mean, Jeremy won't fight him, but we know Danny can be hard to pass, although it is blue flags. But Roman's made it past them both, to be fair. Roman's 33 seconds up the field, 28 minutes to go. But Danny was going out on the outside there, I was going to say. That was a bit risky. Oh, one of them's got a bit slippy there. Some great driving by Merche, this, to be fair. Both him and Krista are having a blinding race. He is pulled away from Krista now as well. He's always been good in the GT4 Merch, though. Got a good run here. Danny will let him go. He's not, oh, he doesn't want to go on the... Could have gone off track there and took Merch out, couldn't he? Don't hold him off. Don't hold him off. Wow. I really thought he was going to hold him off there. And he didn't. And meanwhile, Benny's made a mistake. He's gone off track. And you can see that's Roman in front of him. So Roman's really catching. Richard's gone off track. He's back on track again. He was yellow flagged. The Merch is 34 seconds behind. He's now caught Jeremy up. I think we'll see Merch take Jeremy along here. They'll all be glad when this is over. 27 minutes to go. They'll be sweating. Can't wait for tomorrow's race. The wet. Now when I say wet, for those who didn't see me post, I've been playing around with the settings today to try and get a happy setting. And what I mean by that is it's random, but it's low random. What that means is if it rains, it shouldn't be a downpour where the track becomes flooded. It should be more like a shower. The track will get wet. You'll probably need wet tyres, but it's not meant to be difficult to drive on. So yes, you might have to pit a few times, but ultimately it's been set up so it should be fun, but still racy. So ideally you need to start practicing your various different pit strategies, shall we say. Merch is doing really well here. Danny's having another go at Jeremy, but now Krista's catching them both up. So just as Britos catches Jeremy, he's going to have to ease off for Krista now. So Krista's 5 seconds behind, so he's losing time, Krista. Terry has now caught up Don. Don's now 2 seconds behind Malcolm. Oh, and there's Britos into the wall. Oh, dearie me, that was lucky, Krista there. I bet that was a brown trouser moment for Krista. You could see, put his anchors on. Let's go to Terry. Terry's looking now to catch Don up. There's still racing going on. It's just it's very limited on track, even though there's still 18 cars out in field. Not about happy being in preference. It's trying to make sure that it's fun for everybody. I can drive in the heavy rain; it doesn't bother me, but I know others don't like it. So I've not been practicing. I've just been testing the settings. Whoa! Car's going sideways now. I just want to make it a little bit a bit of a challenge. It could actually be a full 90-minute race in the dry. Equally, it could be a full 90-minute race in the wet. It could be 10 minutes dry, 10 minutes wet, 10 minutes dry, 10 minutes wet. I have no idea. I just know the rain level should never be excessive. Yeah, Ricard, that's what I was saying. It was a bit close, that one. Krista going down the straight behind Danny, who's going from one side to the other, hitting the walls. So, Wood, who's looking like he's got on with it. He's had no fuss, no mess. He's not been racy, and his times show he has not been racy. But he's done enough. Malcolm took over half a second out of him last lap. So he's definitely eased off as Jonathan. He's just not running quick at all. So we'll see if Malcolm does gain. But if he knows Saunders is where he is, I'm not sure whether he'll see that. And he knows Bourne's out. He knows he's just got to keep it on the island, really. Yeah, I say it's not going to be heavy, Andreas, so I'm looking forward to it. No, not web feet. I just float. I'm that big, I just float. Got a lot of buoyancy. Might need that next week. I'm going on a ferry. Hope it's not called Titanic. I get that sinking feeling. Oh, Wood there, just losing a bit of concentration. Is it starting to show? A funny thing is, he's put his foot down. There. So he's definitely pushing again. I don't know why he's pushing. He's got nothing to prove. Terry Trowbridge is still trying to catch Don. This has been going on from the start, this. Monza is long as well. Yeah. I'm putting my server onto Monza after tomorrow. If anyone wants to do a quali and a live run, my server will be set up for it. Should be the same conditions. Culminated in the last 3 races, should be fantastic. Yeah, still battling these two, aren't they? Nothing's coming out of it. Danny Britos has passed Jeremy. He's made the pass. And Wood's now catching Jeremy up. Oh, there, Jeremy's not interfering. He's letting Wood go. And Wood will just be running. And Mike Molesky has called it a day and just crashed and gone back into the pits. So we'll see what happens with Mike, whether he comes back out. These two are still at it. I think Don's had a good race, you know. 20 minutes to go. You could say he tracks boring Stefan, to be fair. I find Monza a challenge because the little section where you've got the left, the right, the right, the right, and then the straight, and then the obviously the fast section. I always find it quite interesting. Thing is, not every track suits everyone. I know a number of people do not like Hungaroring. You know, and Snetterton, things like that. People just don't like them tracks, but they are what they are. They are meant to be challenges. Alton Park, not a passing track. But the thing is, they always give good races, and I guarantee Monza will give good races as well. They'll go in these two, aren't they? This is where the battle's at. Oh, Terry's just... Oh, Terry's got a bit sideways there. Just recovered it there. Well done, Terry. Thought he was just going to over-rotate into the wall, but he didn't. He managed to keep it out. Now, something's happened with Krista, because Krista's lost places. I didn't see it. But he's lost places to Jonathan Wood and Malcolm Hutchin. That means Jonathan Wood's going to get a podium as it stands. But Malcolm is gaining on him ever so slightly. So Jonathan's got a decision to make there. Does he want a podium or does he want the championship? Tell you what, Ollie, I bet your truck takes some money to fill it, doesn't it? To get your car, big guzzling V8, I bet your truck doesn't half take some money to fill it. Bet you could run your car off for 10 weeks with a truck's worth of fuel. Hutchin's got a problem there, look. He's had a contact with the wall. So that's why Hutchin's not catching Jonathan. Now, that does mean Krista could have the pace to catch Jonathan. He's got 18 minutes to do it. Are we going to see this happen? We're going to see Krista try to get his third place back. Because Hutchin's struggling now. His car's damaged. And I think he's lost some pace. I didn't see the contact. It never come up with yellow. Or I didn't see it. Well, that's the Mercedes versus the Mercedes. I don't know whether he went on an excursion or not, Andreas, off track. He's got no damage on his car, which makes me think he spun it. So as he spun it towards the end of the straight, the Conrod into the grass section, but you can see he's much quicker than Malcolm Hutchin here. I think he's going to get Malcolm on the Conrod. And then he's got 5 seconds to catch Wood. 5 seconds in 17 minutes, what will be 16 minutes, I should imagine. Could be interesting. He's gone from having a pole to nothing. And Wood's now looking favourable for the third place pole. Crikey, Charlie. He's really going for it there. Oof. Ooh, they're all at it. Oh, I think Hutchins realised he's too slow. Yeah, Hutchins realised he's too slow. He's called it a day. So Krista's... Whoa! What happened then? Whoa! What happened then? So Krista's gone for it. But then something happened. Oh, he's going. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. I think he's for the taking now because Don, I think Terry is alongside him. Whoa! What's going on? So Krista's got a problem. Unlucky, Malcolm. You were doing brilliantly, mate. Krista's trying to defend, but even the Giannetta's got the legs on him because his car's damaged. He's still there, the Giannetta. He's still there. Oh, Krista's not realised, has he? Giannetta's managed to carry on, though. I think that's paid price. And Jeremy... Oh, I don't know what Jeremy's done. Where's Jeremy gone? Has Jeremy just parked it up? Looks like Jeremy's parked it up. Yeah, Krista's really struggling now. His pace has gone. Whatever damage he's had, I'm not going to say he's terminal, but it's really causing him a problem. Luckily, Laszlo's too far behind, so I think he's going to be able to claim 6, but that's it. It does mean that Wood has now got a clear run. because I don't think Don's going to be able to catch Wood in the Ginetta. He's just got too much to do. Interesting though, 2 Ginettas in the top 5. You're saying the car didn't show up in the mirror. Don't forget, Andreas, I'm doing it on a replay. I'm not seeing it real time. So the replay might not show stuff like that because it's a very, very quick replay. But yeah, Wood's looking, I'm going to say, in a favourable position here, it's fair to say. Again, he's still got no damage on the car. He's keeping it in the middle of the road. Just hope he's put enough fuel in. Otherwise, he's going to be turning that fuel map down. And he's just keeping it going, and he's just keeping it. He's not even hitting the curbs, is he? His lap times, I mean, his lap times are 2:16.8. Don Queen was slightly quicker. Terry's lost time on the pair of them now as well, so I think Wood's just kind of counting the clock down now. We were saying, Malcolm, you were looking like you were catching Wood. You were over half a second faster, and then the next time I come to you, your car was pretty damaged at the front, and yeah, you look like you started to lose a lot of time. Such a shame, mate. But it looks like you're enjoying the Mercedes anyway. And Laszlo'd again. Don't know where he's gone. Let's. He's gone to the pits. In fact, he's not gone to the pits. He's quit. So I can't do a replay on him. He's called it a day as well. So this is under replay at the moment. This isn't live racing. This is under replay because I thought Laszlo was on, and Laszlo's just decided to call it a day. So he's falling down the table, which means Melvin's moved into 10th place. So the replay has got 7 seconds left to go, then it'll switch to real time. Okay? So 3, 2, 1, and then it'll flick. There we go. So let's go on board with Melvin. Melvin's not racing anyone at the moment. Cars behind him are back markers. He's on a mission. Don's catching him. Don's took a second out of him. Don's last lap was 7/10 quicker. Merch is now catching these guys up, and again, Merch is he's been relentless. So has this guy, absolutely relentless. Chris Bourne's moving up the table now because he stayed out, and all them people have pitted or quit. Bourne's moving up the table. Not going to be enough, but he's moving up. He's preying on Wood having a mistake. Yeah, Krista's really struggling. He's showing white on the timing screen because his car hasn't got the pace. And there's been an incident. Britos and Bezjak. Bezjak's pitting. So Bezjak pitted early on as he got low fuel. Hey, what? Thought he was going off track then. What's going on? I'm a bit confused. And Danny's coming in the pits as well. Is Danny calling it a day? Really weird. Is Branko stopping? He's not going to drive through. No, he's stopping. I think he's got he needs fuel. He's having a splash in a dash. I don't know what Danny Britos is doing. Is he stopping? Danny Britos is stopping as well. It's really weird. Anyway, let's carry on with the racing. Terry Trowbridge, he's trying to catch Don Queen. We've got 9 minutes left to go. Roman is 36 seconds clear of Merche. Merche is 29 seconds clear of Wood. And Wood is 6 seconds clear of Don Queen. Not really making an impact. Wood was quicker than Queen on the last lap, so I don't think there's much to go about there, if I'm being honest. I think Ranco's was a splash and dash. He pitted early, so I think that was the problem. Chris Bourne is catching him though. This is the only battle. Terry really putting on the curbs there. Terry's trying to catch Don Queen up again. Who we having for driver of the day? Any options? I think you've got a choice. You've got Roman, you've got Merch, you've got Wood. I would have put Don Queen forward, but unfortunately, the hit on Robert kind of would put me off that. Krista was looking good until obviously he's had a few mistakes. Saunders is back up to 7th. He's had a good race, but I think he made a mistake at the beginning because there was no contact and he was towards the back of the grid. So that's probably put a stop to his. Danny Britos with a stop and go. Just being in the pit lane. Again, that's going to put him down. I think behind even Chris Bourne. Two votes for Wood. Comment. I think, yeah, as I was chatting to Wood before, Merch is a candidate, Malcolm. He's had a great race. He's had a clean race. But Merch has made a few mistakes. But yeah, as Nikos says, Wood hasn't made a single mistake. He's carried on, centre of the track, perfect. He's not even got a graze on his car. I'd be surprised if he's even worn his tyres out. Because we have seen Merch have a couple of incidents hitting the walls a few times. So I think that, yeah, that's the point, Nikos, isn't it? You know, if drive of the day to me, it could be any of them. Yes, Robert, you should have been there. You were quick enough. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Nikos Krista. He's really struggling with that car, though. He's showing white flags again because his car's just not got the pace anymore. But he, as I said, he's... and Benny has made a mistake just in front of Chris Bourne. Now that isn't for position. So Chris Bourne has got to really try and pass. Because Chris Bourne is actually unlapping himself. And I'm hoping this time I've got the right flag for Roman. Oh, and there goes Benny, clearing the path for Chris Bourne. Yeah, Krista's really struggling. His car's showing white flags, which means he's not getting up to speed. He does get there, but it's going at a really laboured rate. Just to give you an indication, Krista's lap time is 17 seconds slower than everybody else. Now, if he's 17 seconds slower a lap, Saunders is going to get him. Yeah, Danny got a stop and go 30 for speeding in the pit lane. Nikos. He has served it. I'm going to keep an eye on Saunders because Saunders could catch Krista. Krista's really struggling now, and Terry's back. He's not giving up on Dom. He's so much quicker through there, wasn't he, Terry? Wow. And Lee, after Benny's went off, is now right up the jacksie of Benny. So Lee in the again another Ginetta. Terry's getting very close to Don. And Mike Molesky's off. Let's see what's happened to Mike. Oh, it's not really where you want to go off. Be careful because this car's coming up to him now. And that wood's catching him. The wood's coming up to where this where Mike is at the moment. Let's go to the rear of Mike's car and we'll see Wood behind him. I'd be hoping, Wood, that it just doesn't spin out. He's getting the blue flags you can see there. We'll see Jonathan get him on the straight. There we go, Mike's let him go. Jonathan lives to fight another day. These two are still at it. He's got a good run there, Terry. Has he got enough? Has he got enough on Don? He'll be sat in his seat, pushing forward. Don's got it, hasn't he? Still got the pace. Great battle, these two. Much tidier through the corners, Terry. Much, much tidier. Carries much more speed as well, just not at the right place. Again, look at the corner angle there. 1 minute to go. Just trying to work out whether we're going to get one more lap in after this from Roman. And I did say it. I did say Saunders was going to catch Krista. Yeah, easy made the pass. And Don, these two have passed, but switched places as well. So Terry made the pass. And Don got him back. Oh, brilliant racing. We're going to we'll go on board with Roman for the last lap, unless obviously something happens. So Roman's coming over the line now. So let's go on board with Roman. Driver of the day. As nominated by the viewers. Is Mr. Jonathan Wood. Still banging in quick laps, Roman, you know. 2:16 flat was his last lap. No one's near him. I'll say that. Branco did a 2:15 and Chris Bourne did a 2:15.1. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. He's done well here, Roman. He's kept it well and truly bolted, hasn't he? Nice through there. Nice and clean. And disaster struck. Not quite struck, but these two have come together and Terry's in front. Now, we'll just get the replay in. Let's have a quick look. Terry's got up the inside. Has he? Yes, he has. No, he's not. Yes, he has. Ever so slight contact. And Terry's made the pass. Just made it. Wow. But Terry's going to claim 4th place. We'll just wait for the replay to finish and we should see Roman cross the finish line. There we go. Well done, Roman. Congratulations. Brilliant race.
The leader has finished the race.
2nd place. Equally good. A couple of offs, which denied him a driver of the day, to be fair. Yeah, he comes 2nd. He had a blinding race, but just a couple of offs meant his race wasn't as perfect as could have been. But well done, Merch. Fantastic race, that. Fully deserved his 2nd place. The pressure you kept on the whole race was exemplary. And fully deserved his 2nd place. And then on 3rd place, our driver of the day, and I believe the GT4 champion of Season 4, Mr. Jonathan Wood. If you can see it over the line, will claim the victory. And you can see he's flashing his lights. He knows exactly what's going on. And a non-aggressive drive has given him what he wanted. Well done, Mr. Wood. And Terry comes over ahead of Don. There goes Don and Saunders, Krista. The only one to yet cross the line as unclassified is Richard. And that, my friends, was the final race of the GT4 Championship. Thanks very much for watching. If you haven't done, please click like. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Take care. See you on track tomorrow.